Hey guys, hope you're all well. Right, as you know, we're waiting for a few bits from the powder coaters and stuff. So I am going to remove a few bits off the Harley today, so they can then go up to the powder coaters on his pile, and hopefully we'll get stuff back pretty soon. We'll see. It's been a crazy weekend again. I'm having one of them days where I feel every second of my age. I don't know why. Everything's aching today. I think I've been overdoing it a little bit, to be honest. I've had to put a brace thing on my stupid shoulder to try and hold that together so I can carry on. Ah, dear. Look at this. I've got car keys here. That car don't start. Got to sort that out. This car has got a puncture and they can't get the wheel off. So I've got all that sorted out. In fact, let's lock the world away for a little bit. Ooh, there we go. Bye bye world for a little while. So I'm going to get this jacked up, and I think I'm going to have the back wheel out because I want to clean it properly. I'm pretty sure that's going to come up fairly nice. I've had a little bit of a rub round on it. It seems under the grime, it seems really good. So I'm going to get the seat off, the mudguard off, and these covers off for the first lot of powder coating. A guy who watches the channel, Ronnie, he thinks you can't take these apart, and you know, quickly looking at them, I believe he's right. There's no screws and nothing. So Harley Davidson have probably done one of them crazy things where they've clipped it and fixed it and bonded it all together. So if one of them indicators come rear stop tail lights fails, you have to go and part with gazillions of pounds to buy a new one. So that one of them's got a little bit of a paint chipping on the end of it. Oh, here, look, here. So if it comes to it, I'll mask the lens up, sort of nib that in, and we'll give them both a coat of paint so they look fresh and they both match. But in the meantime, let's start getting some bits off it. Right. This is a gamble. Going down on the floor with no one to help me back up. Silly old fool. Right. Where can we take this up from? Looks flat enough under there. Some little rails that go across, so. Let's get it on them. Right. Come on, you great big tub. That's got it. Oh, I think we got the back off the ground there. Nearly. Yes, that's the back off the ground. That'll do it. Right, let's start removing some parts. Seat first. There's not a lot going on under there, is there? Looks easy enough. Well, the bolts are coming undone, that's a good sign. Yeah. Probably would have been easy if I removed the back wheel first. Oh, look at that. think I'm going to drop the back wheel out, make life a bit easier. Ooh, there we go. Ah, there's a wire broke on the number plate light. Looks like that's been off for a while. Right. We'll sort that out. Where's me mallet? Me wooden mallet. Copper one will do. I've got no strength left. Come on, you silly old fool. Get at it. Gotcha. Only one winner. Amazing, that's actually got grease on it. Okay, back wheel's loose. I'm going to remove this shock, because I want to clean all around the shocks anyway. Then remove the belt guard. That actually, oh, my tools fell off. That actually looks all right, but I'm going to get it all cleaned inside and everything. And then we'll pull the back wheel out. Good. I think Gertrude's coming across this afternoon. So I'll have a bit of muscle in the background to help me lug things around. And he's also got some new fixings for one of these that he's bringing across. He's got a scattering of brand new ones. So we're going to see what we've got, because it does need some new fixings here and there, just to brighten things up a bit. Ooh, don't do that. Quite a lot of stuff on the bike seems in really good condition. It's just grimy, which is good. So it really is only a handful of things that need a bit of a touch up, and obviously the bits that I can get off nice and easy are going to go to the powder coaters, so we can definitely get a good finish on them bits that will be long lasting, unlike the Harley finishes. Right. Let's get the belt guard off next. Ooh. Trying to undo this, it's got a nut on the back. There we go, that's coming undone now. I thought it'd be threaded bit on the swing arm or like a captive nut or something. Of course not. With it being in an awkward place. There we go. So yeah, that's actually in really good condition. Like I say, it's just the odd scattering of bits on this bike that have sort of gone downhill. I think the majority of it is just in need of a really, really good clean. Definitely putting new brake pads on there. So obviously when I pop this back wheel out, I'm going to have a look at the caliper, get the caliper off, so we can order the correct brake pads and stuff. Check that the caliper's all working nicely, give it a damn good scrub out, and get all that back on. This should come out fairly easy, he says. There we go, belt off. That's it. Yeah, I think the caliper's definitely going to need a damn good scrub. It's not looking too healthy, but we will get it right. Let me go and retrieve that wheel spacer while I remember it's gone rolling up there. Come here. Gotcha. And that one again. Luckily these are sort of cocooned in dirty greasy oil, so I'm guessing that, or hoping that's protected these, and they're just going to have a bit of a polish up. Alright, just getting the brake disc off, and I've gone and broke the end off me ratchet. What an idiot. Oh, some of these are tight. All of them are tight. I'll crack the others. I seem to be able to check this over, give it a damn good clean, and change the fixings, because yeah, they're a little bit corroded. So if Gertie hasn't got any in his box of new fixings, I'll get some ordered. There we are. Right, I'm just going to have a go at the wheel spacer. Just a real light polish over, just to see how it comes up. Going to be all right. There we go. That's quite respectable under all that grime. I say, I really don't think the bite's too bad. I know it's suffered in places, which obviously we're going to attend to, but all the little bits like this, I think we can get quite respectable. And obviously build it all back up, fresh grease. I'm going to go over the caliper in a moment. The brake pads are absolute toast. I think someone's well and truly got the money's worth out of them, so we'll pop them out, and then at least I've got the pattern. I can get the correct ones and stuff. I'll get them ordered today. Like I say, it'd be nice if I can actually get this bike all sorted by the end of this month, in between obviously the main jobs that we're doing. It's like evening works. Sometimes it's nice to walk away from your main project, like if you spent all day on it, because sometimes I do long hours, and you know, continue on the projects all through into the evening sometimes. So yeah, it's nice just to have a little break in the evenings and jump onto something else. So this Harley being here is absolutely ideal. So it shouldn't take long. Like I say, if we can get all this sorted by the end of the month, service, pads, full MOT, and then advertised, I'm pretty sure, I'm more or less 100% sure, this will be an absolute cracking little bike for somebody through the summer. Right, just getting this back wheel soaked in a bit of juice. It actually doesn't seem too bad at all. Which would be very good. Okay, it's just grimy, really. The coatings are looking all right. There's nothing flaking off, which is fantastic. Spin it round. I'll do this a few times and just let it soak. And I think we'll get it quite presentable. Be like a new one. Right, let's let that soak up a bit. Right, we're pressing forward. We're slowly getting a few bits off the bike. I've got this cover off here, the bit that the indicators and stop tail lights are fitted to, and like I say, I don't know everything about these bikes, so I'm pretty sure these are not standard with the bike out the factory sort of thing, because the plugs that they're connected to don't look brilliant. And literally, if I show you this, I'll say this one's off, and the actual plug, you cannot get through that hole. So obviously it's been passed through and fitted afterwards. This one being, it's got a bit better connectors than the one that's still on the bike. So what I'm going to do is cut through them, because it's the only way to get it off, and obviously do a much better job of that when I refit the lights. We'll do some nice little soldered joints on them plugs, yeah, and we'll shrink wrap them and make them a lot better and tidier. So I have got no choice but to cut through the wires so we can get them little bits powder coated. What I think I'll do is chop them down here, then that'll give me a bit of wibble wobble room to mess about with and get them done nicely when we refit them. I'll say I'll do soldered joints and do it a lot neater than what it were. At least we can get this off to the powder coaters now. What I think I might do is dress that up with the DA a little bit, actually, just to make sure the metal works okay in that corroded area. Yeah, I think I am going to smooth that back a bit. Right, this one's got them horrible nasty connectors on each wire, so what I'm going to do is cut them right off on each wire. And like I say, we'll do something a lot better than that. There we go. I may actually even just put new plugs on, complete new plugs, for what it'll take. That's probably the best, neatest option, actually. Completely replace the male and female plugs. Anyway, at least we can get them off and get all the back end off. That's the other indicator off. Gonna come off there. It's gonna squeeze past the shock rubber. There we go. Right, powder coating box, and then the crusty old mud guard. I think it should drop off. Aha! And there we have it. That wasn't too bad. Okay, on to the caliper. As you can see, I've removed it because I just want to make sure it's all done properly. Right, let's get the Allen keys. Someone's certainly got their money's worth out of these pads. Luckily, the disc is absolutely fine. It's got a couple of little really light scrapes, but it's certainly not enough to justify replacing the disc. They're more than good enough. So we'll get these out. I'll have a pattern then. I can get some of these new pads ordered and a new pin because that is quite corroded. And that'll be all safe. Right, Allen keys. Oh, of course it's... Come on. There we go. And we'll give this caliper a good wash. I'd say I'm getting it all presentable, and I think it's the sort of bike, if whoever buys this bike, it's the sort of thing that you always put your own touches to these things anyway, and continue to do little improvements. Yeah, someone's had their money's worth out of them. Nice. Keep an eye on your brakes. Wow. Says me, who my van ones were quite similar to them. Right. Let's give this a scrub up and see how we are with it. Right, let's get a bit of clean around this. As you can see, the wheel is actually coming up quite nice, surprisingly. And I think it's going to be the same with this caliper. The coatings don't seem to be flaking off at all. It's just grimy. I think we're going to be all right. The piston moves and seems clean. Again, very surprised. I was half expecting the caliper rebuild kit needed, but I think we're going to be okay. It's just these little bits, as I say, just suffered from standing still. And we all know leaving bikes stood still. I mean, this is no fault at all of the person this bike came from. Absolutely no fault of his at all. It's just a bit of a, like I say, it's a bit of a story, but not for me to say. But yeah, bikes standing still for years and years and years on end doesn't do them any good at all. I think we're good there. I bet you can get these little badges. For some reason this badge is a bit beat up. I bet we can get something for there. Surprisingly, that is coming up very good. That's great news. Look at that. That ain't bad, is it? We'll give that a little blowout and stuff. That'd be great. Yeah, that's come up surprisingly well. Oh, just give the old belt guard a bit of a scoot over. This lot brand new. Mad in it, how certain things on the bike can suffer, and other bits stay absolutely spot on. Even on the inside of it is all very, very, very good. Which is great, because the more bits like this, the less I've got to do. Which in turn will make it a much, much quicker little project. I call it a little project, so that's all it is. Like I say, it's a quick makeover to make the bike presentable and safe. Look at that. Like a new one. Happy with that. Right, so far then, we have obviously got the belt guard. That's come up absolutely fantastic. Surprisingly, the calipers come up again like new. I think for some bizarre reason this badge is a bit bashed in, but I'm gonna see if I can pick some up, see if I can find some, even little aftermarket ones or something, just to tidy that up. Spindle's all good, you know, normal for a spindle. It's got a bit of discoloration on it, but it's all good. I have ordered caps, little aluminium caps for all the nuts and bolts on the spindles, back and front. I think I'm going to touch these up, the indicator come stop and tail lights. Shame that one's got a bit of a scuff on it really, but I'm going to touch them up. And like I said earlier, we'll put new plugs on the end, male and female side of it. The disc, like I say, surprisingly okay. I've started cleaning that. It's starting to come up nice. That's obviously well within its wear limits. So I'll finish cleaning that up in a moment. Rear shocks, I'm going to give them a good wash over in a minute. Again, I think they'll come up like new. They're just grubby, so I'll get that done. I've started cleaning the bolts up for them. There's one I've cleaned up, look, it's come up nice, so I'll get the other one done. Some of these bolts will be replaced. The disc bolts, they're beyond cleaning up, so I think we have some of them in a little bag of goodies that's just arrived, so I'll have a look through them and replace them. The pulley bolts, again, I think we've got some in a little bag that's just turned up, so we'll replace them. So it's all going well, really. It is. So I'm going to get everything washed out on the back of the bike now, remove that other shock and get that all cleaned up and just carry on. Right, next little job, I've started to drill these rivets out, because obviously these little add-ons are all plastic and I don't think they'll fare up very well in the powder coating oven. So we'll pop them off and get some new rivets to put them all back on. There we go. Sorted. Give them a good clean off, they should be all right. Right, that's the rivets out then. I have DA'd some bits of that mudguard just to check the metal work. It's got a bit of pitting, but I've smoothed it out a little bit, so the powder coating has got more chance of burying that, and most of that is actually under the seat, but I think it'll be okay. Got a little bit to DA on the front mudguard and them little covers for the rear. I've had a bit of a clean out underneath. Let's open the door, let some light in. And amazingly, it's come up absolutely fantastic. That swing arm, which I'm led to believe rot like mad, is close to perfect. No paint coming off, no bubbling, nothing. It's cleaned up perfect. Same with all up here. It's all cleaned up really, really nice. at the end of the day, the bike's only done 21,000 miles, so it's only suffered from standing there under a cover. Next, yeah, we're going to get these little bits de-aired. I've ordered a load of stuff, so that'll be on its way. We'll get this lot up to the powder coaters, and hopefully that'll come back fairly pronto, and we'll get the back end put back together, and then I'm going to move on to the front. So these videos on the Harley will be just little snippets of, so you can see the progress of it. Like I say, it's only a quick makeover to get it all presentable, serviced and safe and MOT'd, and then for sale hopefully by the end of this month. Right, I want to do some DA-ing. Right, front mudguard like I've done with the rear. It's just got this scabby bit here. All I'm doing is taking that off with the DA just to check the metal work, really. Obviously the blasting will take care of the rest of it. There, it just falls off. That'll do. I know the metal works fine. Throw that on the pile. Right, we've got which one is it? Not both of them really. These scabby ends, look, on both. So I just want to glance over them with the DA, make sure they're going to be all right. I reckon the coat these over rust. It goes way back. I think we're going to be safe. Yeah, I think we're going to be alright on them. Right, I think that'll do for this video. Like I say, I'm only going to do like little brief bits on this Harley, just so you can see its progress. Very pleased with how it's cleaning up so far. Quite amazing, actually. I thought it'd be a lot worse, but under all that grime, a lot of the stuff's all right, especially the calipers, because that was looking absolutely dreadful. But it's come up really, really good. The belt guard's good, the shocks are good. Obviously we've got the powder coating pile there, which I'm taking in a moment. As I've seen earlier, it's all looking amazingly good, actually. So yeah, next on this, hopefully we'll have the powder coating back, we'll get all the back end back in, and then I'm going to start on the front. Not a great deal to do on the front, just a bit of touching up on the frame and stuff like that. The bottom yoke's coming off for powder coating because that's flaking quite badly. The front mudguard's in this lot that's going now, so I'm getting all sort of the matte satin finishes done on this sort of a stint of powder coating, and then on the next one it'll be gloss for the bottom yoke, and then a bit of touching up here and there. Anyway, that'll do. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.